potential distractions here. So, what's going on? This is an event that I like and my wife loves, which is this company called Icebug, and I'm not being paid by them to promote their stuff. So suffice to say that there's a whole bunch of hiking and running across rocks and stuff like that. And this year, I'm not up for it, and I really tore my feet up doing it last year. Strangely enough, my actual body, the breathing and all that was fine. Um, so I'm kind of bummed about that. Kind of bums me out a lot, as a matter of fact. This past year really contributed, in retrospect, to me not quite getting over the psychological hump to exercise a lot. One can always blame COVID-19 for any number of things that messes up your plans, but in this case, it was more about me. Well, we'll see what happens in the following months. Anyways, she's therefore my wife is the one who's traipsing across all of the terrain over the next 3 days, and we're here in this cool little cabin with the kids, and it's we were packed in the car, for 5 hours to get here, and then we get here, and the cabin's really cool and everything. It's different from when we had last year. It's kind of a little more traditional red place, which is cool. But I'm looking around it and going, weren't we just packed into pretty much the same space for the last 5 hours? So anyway, though, there's plenty of wide open yonder, looking out over the little sound, and at the village across the way, and all the rest of it. So anyway, we'll have fun. I did bring the computer and stuff, see if I can actually work while I'm here, which is, dream come true if the kids let me. Well, anyways, not much else to tell you. Oh, except for expenses. I'm often asked this. Maybe it's more complicated than I can get across. We'll see. So people are saying, "Wow, you must have it made there. You got this, you got this nice house that we've seen parts of. You talk about renovating, and your kids have all these services and things. And isn't it so expensive in Sweden? And now you get to go on this, this cool ass, semi upscale, gallivant jaunt, during the summer." And the answer is no, actually not really, to all counts. Number one, our income, our income isn't like amazing. And I'm not, functionally working as I would like to be earning. In which case I could go into a big long thing about how I have a Patreon and how it could be a great business but that's not what I do these Friday Lives for either. But the point is that we make some. And in comparison with the States, maybe about a fifth of what we were making. But as far as expenses and so forth are concerned, monthly bills, bigger ticket items on a semi-regular basis, like different kinds of, the minor forms of insurance that you find here, and the other things, come to maybe about a sixth of our expenses in the States. So we actually don't have ready, huge sums of money to do stuff with. We save up for events like this, but events like this are maybe a tenth of what they would cost in the States. I mean, they're considered pricey here, but really they're seriously nothing like what you would do for this 4-day, massive, athletic, cool ass event, that you would pay for something like that in the States, comparable. So nothing. I mean, it's way less expensive. So we can save for that stuff pretty easily. And then similarly, what about expenses day to day? I mean, you can read articles. Wow, a burger is so expensive in Sweden. No, the cost of living sky high, blah, blah. Bullshit. Straightforwardly. Just, it's propaganda. Nobody else wants anybody to know about quality of life here. And so they'll make up whatever crap they have to, comparing, out-of-pocket prices and then doing a currency exchange is not actually a wealth and expenses comparison. It isn't. A couple of details. And remember, these are details. You just actually have to understand what wealth is versus what currency is to really get into it, but just details. In Sweden, the VAT, the sales tax on everything, is considered extremely high. It's 25%. So that means when you buy a thing, you are paying a quarter more for it on top of its actual, retail price. And that is a tax. It goes to society. And so what this means is that a ton of other piddly ass fees of all kinds, as well as outright bills for services, just don't exist. So yeah, you're paying this amount for a burger, but in terms of what you actually put out there for what you get in life and what you don't have to pay on a regular basis or on an emergency basis, all the time in the States,